regularly, meaning you don't have to do anything. They're going to give you this deduction amount, and that's typically all you're going to get. You can either take standard deduction or itemize your deductions, and I'll explain to you the difference. If you take the standard deduction, if you're single, it's 12,900. I believe, I know it's in the 12,000s, right? So 12,900. If you are married, it's going to be 25,000 and change. If you are head of household, it's going to be 19,400 or 19,900. However, it's in the 19,000s. Okay. So that means that you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is file. They are going to give you that credit. Really, another way that you can change that, okay, is if you don't take the standard, you take the itemized, because the things that you have been paying for throughout the year and that you have proof of is going to be more than the standard that they give you. Okay, so let's take a look at what that looks like. There is dental, there is medical, prescriptions, co-pays, charity, tickets and tolls, interest, taxes that you've paid. How much did you pay to get your taxes done? There are a couple of different things that you can write down and bring to your CPA or your tax preparer, and you can say, hey, this is what I should be having credit for. But let's just say you are head of household and you're supposed to get 19,000 and change, right? Or let's just keep it simple and say single. You're supposed to get 12,900. If your itemized deductions only add up to being 9,000, that's not going to help you, because they're already going to give you 12,900, right? But if your itemized deductions are totaling up to be $17,000, well, then that will move the needle just a little bit, but not enough for you to really see a difference when you're a W-2 earner making six figures, right? Those are your doctors, your lawyers, all of those type things. You might still be partner, but you're.
Now that we have gone over some very important tax tips, so let's go ahead and get right into this dinner. This escovitch fish is going to be so good and flavorful, and it's actually very easy to make. But before we get into that, I want to let you guys know that we're going to be playing with some different ways of shooting, because we really want to see what form you guys like the most. After all, this is for you. We are here to serve you. You want to cook this meal with a snapper or a kingfish, no salmon or anything like that. You also need some thyme, allspice, oil, carrots, onion, garlic, apple cider vinegar, and brown sugar. For your seasoning, you need garlic powder, cumin, salt, pepper. You want to mix that all together and put it to the side. This next step is crucial to the way this is going to come out. You have to make sure that you have the right pepper. Okay, so real West Indians are going to use Scotch bonnet. However, if you cannot find that, you can use habanero, if I'm pronouncing that right, habanero. First thing you want to cut is your pepper and some garlic, because you really want that to be frying while you're cutting your other vegetables. That is going to season the oil that you fry the fish in. That is very important as well. Then you want to go ahead and cut up your onions and your carrots. That's the only vegetables that you're going to need. The garlic powder, salt, pepper, adobo, and cumin that we put aside earlier, we're now going to start working that into the fish. The very important part is that you kind of stuff the fish with the seasoning, so that the seasoning and the flavor is all throughout the fish, and you do not have that effect to where you're biting into it and the inside of the fish is very bland. You also want to put some of that seasoning inside of the fish, and I'll show you that a little bit later. This is what your fish should look like after the seasoning. Do you see how all of that seasoning is all throughout it? And then look on the inside, okay? The flavor is going to be all throughout the fish, so that when you're frying it and you're eating it, you can taste every bite has that flavor. As we were seasoning the fish, you should have had the oil in with the pepper and the garlic. We're going to fry the fish very hard on both sides, okay? I like mine really crispy, so I really let it sit in there. And then this way, the fish has that taste from that pepper all throughout the fish as you're frying it. And that's what really gives it that escovitch fish taste. Once you're done frying the fish to your liking with very little of that same oil, now we're going to throw in our onions, our carrots, our peppers, some garlic, and some allspice. You don't want to cook it until it's too soft. You still want it to be crunchy, which is super important. Go ahead and add in your brown sugar. Also very important, start with very little apple cider vinegar. You don't want to start with a lot because it may not be what you want. You could always add more later on if you want more apple cider vinegar. Once you're done cooking that all together for about 5 to 10 minutes, you also want to go ahead and add that thyme in. And then just layer your fish with it. You know, just keep layering your fish with those vegetables. Make sure you're putting it on top of the fish and not on the side of it. The important part is that all of those juices get into those cuts that we put into the fish a little bit earlier on. Once you have all of your vegetables in, go ahead and pour that juice on top of the fish. Look at how pretty that is. This is what it should look like when it's done. Serve this fish with a sweet wine, rice, or even a salad. This is the perfect Sunday meal. Packed with flavor, quick and easy to make. Hope you enjoy. Guys, this is Shannon Williams, your favorite tax strategist, your favorite tax pro, your favorite realtor, and I always give you guys the disclaimer that I am not a CPA, I am not an attorney. However, if you are watching these videos, you know that I have a lot of knowledge. So if you have any questions about anything that you saw here today, make sure you're contacting my office, D2R Taxes, and we will be happy to assist you with anything that you need. Even if it is not a service that we provide, we are happy to be looked at as a resource in the community. Okay, we're happy that you even thought of us. So we will do our best to refer you to someone who is ethical and professional who will get the job done for you. Our goal is to make sure that you have a great year, a tax year that you are excited about in 2024. We want to make sure that we lessen the stress. So contact the office.